Hey guys, Tony George, Friday update here. The big guy, DocSports.com. Be sure and get over the website here and get hooked up, basketball and football. A couple of quick notes here. Free college football bowl play coming your way tonight. Western Michigan, BYU. We're going to win that for you. Won our bowl game last night. We're on the early bowl game today, and when I released my plays yesterday at 2:30 in the afternoon Pacific time, there was no idea or no announcement that I had in front of me that Florida International's quarterback was not playing. That being said, they're up to +7 now. I put them out at +4.5. It's a premium play. It's a half hour before kickoff. If I'm pissing off anybody that bought the play, I'm sorry, but there's no way to communicate to you, really, unless it's through customer service. If you're going to play this one, cut the units in half. I'm still going to stick with Florida International. This quarterback that's playing for them competed till the very last day in fall camp with their starter and almost won the job. So that being said, the strength of International's team is twofold. They got a great defense. The other thing is they got a great coach in Butch Davis. Does it look like Toledo's going to run away with it now? The line's up to 7, possibly. I got to go with what I put out, so I'm going with what I got to put out. That being said, someday you get the worm, and someday the worm gets you, and the worm got me yesterday in basketball. A very, very tough loss on Houston last night. We lost Chris Paul 12 minutes into the game, and he's probably going to be out for the next month, 3 weeks, with a hamstring injury. That killed our chances. I can't predict that. They only lost by 3. They were right in it, but without Chris Paul, one of the best guards in the NBA, on the road, when you lose someone like that, you just can't recover. So I'll take the bullet. Nothing I can do about it, but losing that guy was the difference in that ball game. And just a tough break. Pisses me off, to say the least. But when I personally had a couple dimes on that, so those of you that made the move there, I feel your pain. Trust me when I tell you, because there's just no way to foresee that coming. It happened. Shit happens. Let's move on. We'll just get it back. A rare triple header in the NBA. But we coming off a 6-unit big top play winner on Wednesday in college basketball. Thought we'd pull the trigger there. 23-9 run in the NBA. Just that happened. So. Not an excuse, just a fact. I had to rip up the ticket just like everybody else. Did not have a good night in college basketball either. We'll bounce back here tonight. A 5-unit doubleheader college basketball card, and one of the games on there is Buffalo Marquette. And then we're going to go with Alabama Penn State. Those are the 2 games on that card tonight. It's a big college basketball card tonight. I'm gearing my efforts towards Saturday more. There's a lot of tricky lines out there tonight, but Saturday, the last 2 Saturdays, 9-0 against the spread. 5-0 last week, 4-0 the week before. This is when I sit down with my Vegas sharp guy that's on the payroll, and we go over games this afternoon, and we narrow them down. So, and that pays dividends. I do that on the weekends with him and occasionally during the week, but the weekend card we'll be working on all day Friday. Okay? 6-unit bowl game. 1 bowl game on Saturday, 6 units, 75% ATS in the bowl so far. Marshall Cage last night. No sweat winner in a torrential rainstorm, I might add. It's going to be kind of crappy weather today, too, for this other bowl game. That being said, Armed Forces Bowl. Houston taking on Army. The only game I'm on. On Sunday, I'm on 1 game and 1 game only, and it's a 7-unit play. The NFL is an absolute crapshoot right now. Now, I speak for myself. There's other handicappers here at Docs that are tearing it up in the NFL and may have 5 or 6 games out. I don't see it that way. I'm independent of everybody's independent of one another over there. But I see 1 game, I'm zeroing in on it, I'm yanking the trigger with a big bet. That's it. Bonus, 2-team 6-point teaser on that card for a couple units. Other than that, but 1 side play. No total play, no nothing. 1 game, 0 in, nail it. That's the way I'm going to approach the NFL this weekend because it has been insane the last couple of weeks. I'm not taking any chances. So I'll be back up here Saturday morning with a free pick for you. We'll do a Saturday and Sunday video for you combination. I will be traveling down to Arizona to see my son over the holiday, and then be back in town on Monday. So I'm going to be on the road and doing some family stuff for the holidays. Of course, I will be working as well, but won't be doing a video on Sunday. Let's go ahead and get your free play tonight, and this is a BYU taking on Western Michigan, and honestly, very, very rarely will I lay double digits in a bowl game. I'm talking Alabama, I'm talking Clemson, I'm talking anybody laying double digits here. Just dangerous because there's so many variables in college bowl games and so many different things that you have to worry about handicapping that laying double digits is extremely dangerous. This is not the case tonight, in my opinion. I think BYU has got a good football team. You have to look at the strength of schedule. So BYU, I wrote some of these down right here, wrote down here so I wouldn't forget. You take a look at some of the teams that BYU played this year: Arizona, Cal, Wisconsin. They beat Wisconsin at Camp Randall. Washington, Utah. That is a murderer's row for a schedule. BYU plays a murderer's row for a schedule every year, kind of like Notre Dame. Let's talk about Western Michigan. Here's their non-conference schedule: Delaware State, Division II team; Georgia State. So big deal. The only other, and they beat Central Michigan this year, who are 1-11. Those are teams they beat by more than a touchdown. Every other game they lost in a blowout or what have you. The big thing with them is their stud quarterback Wasnick went down, and after he went down, got ugly. The only way they avoided 4 straight losses was the fact they played Northern Illinois, who was a bowl team who got lit up like a Christmas tree the other night. We went against them and won. Northern Illinois had already had the division crown wrapped up. They were playing in the title game the next week, and they rested over half their team, including most of their skilled players in that game. They might have even made a bowl game otherwise. I like the fact that BYU looked a lot better in the latter stages of the season because they made a quarterback change to Zach Wilson, pardon me. And I think that made a big difference. They're well coached. They have a better team. They have better talent. And bear in mind, take a look at the numbers that Western Michigan gave up against Toledo and Ohio U and Ball State, some of these other teams. I know BYU's offense is not all that. It will be against this Western Michigan defense, and I'm not so sure they can put up a lot of points here. I will lay it. I see easily a 38-10, maybe 38-14 type ball game here. I'll lay it with BYU for your free play. Back at you on Saturday morning. Go get your winner. And I'll tell you something. A very weird loss last night in the NBA with that Chris Paul going out. Just kill this. No chance. I was sitting at the bar with my buddies watching that game. I told myself, I got no chance. It's over. There's no way you can win on the road losing a guy like that. What do I do after losses in the NBA? I have cashed 20 out of 27 cards. I kick ass the next day. I got a triple header tonight, which is very rare. Come on.